Hello. Hello, everyone. Let's talk about addictions today. So, as we got so many comments on, like videos on addictions, like how to actually support a person who is getting recovery, or maybe the stages of recovery. So, today we decided to actually present you guys those, I could say, five stages, like, of change, and then where you can actually identify, like, okay, which stage it actually has to be. So let's begin. So the first one is, of course, always denial. The person who might be just in recovery process, or like who has addictions, but haven't started any kind of recovery yet. So there will be, of course, the denial part, where they feel like there's nothing going on and they're perfectly fine. Maybe the family members are just making it up. There's no change in their behavior or anything. And so first part will be always hard, and it will be, of course, denial, because, you know, when they cannot accept themselves or when they cannot accept the change, there's always a denial there. And second one is, of course, the acceptance part, when they started saying that yes, like there is something going on, deep down they realize, like, yes, last two times, like, it never happened, and this time it happened. And then when they feel like it is continue, they started feeling that kind of hesitant thing, yes, there is something and they need support for that. So there we go, like, they are accepting for themselves. So when they're accepting, it's very important, to tell them they are not in rush, for sure. Never make them hurry to get the recovery treatment, or maybe go talk to any kind of therapist, because technically they need. And even a therapist thing, like, if you're going outside for a counseling services, you need that trust that the person is actually supporting you, they are confidential towards you. And the other part is, like, that trust build up is very important, even within the relationship, in a family. Maybe it's just a friend too. So they will listen to you only when they are actually in that kind of relationship, in that trust building part with you. So try to make that trust, when they're accepting, is always give them power. You are there to support them, remind them that they're not alone in that process. And the third one is, after, when they accept that part, it's always the preparation. So technically, the first thing, the preparation, you can say it's the first part, but we, as like case managers, counselors, therapists, professionals, they will use it as a third part, like, as when the person is actually getting into there. So the preparation is, of course, always hard. It's never been easy for somebody, to accept the reality and moving towards the change. So yeah, like, it needs a lot of courage. It needs a lot of support. And when they start preparing you for that change, it always requires, to keep calm, never rush to the treatment again. you know um they need to think about, like, why the change happened, and then what are the causes, if it's only addiction, if there is something a lot more than that. Because you know addictions and mental health, they go hand by hand. If you have addictions, you never know, like, when or at what stage you can actually see that mental health part. And yeah, like, in many cases we have seen, like, if the person has mental health issue, they are going towards addiction for that recovery thing. They feel like, maybe that kind of addiction can actually support them. They can give them the soothness, the relaxation, which maybe nobody can give. So yeah, the preparation is always the hardest part. And after that, when the person actually started it, when they have been, in the preparation field, they know now, like, they have to put those actions in place. So, like, the practice, it's the fourth one is the action part. And then when they are actually doing that, it's very important to remind them, they have to be consistent. So if the person is getting any recovery treatment, or they are, in the process of maybe fully healed, getting the fully the treatment process, it's always important to remind them, yes, they are almost there. They need to hold on to this. So yeah, the consistency is very important. Always remind them, always support them, encourage them. And yeah, the action plan is the fourth stage. And the final one, as we sum up, is always with the, the manageable part. You can say maybe, the when the person is already done, they are good to go, the actions are there, they are doing it. So now the fifth part always comes up with when they are consistent with that, when they know how they can actually manage their emotions, how they can actually manage their addictions, how they can actually manage their cravings toward it. So yeah, like that is very important, when they are kind of preparing it, they are in the actions now, they know like what they are doing, they know this is important for them, they are consistent. So it's very important to actually continue that process, so that we can make sure, that yes, the person is fully healed now. So these are the five general, like those change stages, like when every person is actually going through the recovery treatment or any treatment, even not just the addictions one. It is there, these kind of stages, like we have to accept by ourselves to, which stage we are at, and then what would be the end then. So yeah, keep watching and keep supporting. Thank you.